Greetings YouTube, I am Obelisk TGS and welcome to my corner. Today we are going to be talking about the Regina Regionals and how I did. As you can see here, I got top 8, which was what you needed in order to get the Nats invite, and this rather nice playmat that I am not trading, so please do not ask. I've already refused several offers. And I did more than that though. I managed to get into top 4 where I picked this up, and then I got to the finals and I won it. So I got first place at the first ever Regina Regionals, and I did it with Dragunity. Let's get started on this, shall we? So the deck consists of 3 ducks, 3 phalanx, 2 Mistleton, 2 Legionnaire, 2 Atlas, 2 Zephyros, 1 Red MD, 3 Ravine, 3 Terraforming, 2 Cards of Constance, 2 Forbidden Lance, 2 MST, Book, Foolish, Storm, Reborn, and Pot of Stupid. Fortunately, I forgot to write this down on my deck list, so I ended up being unable to use this the entire day, but this was supposed to be in here, and boy did I miss it in my top 8 match. 2 Prison, 2 Chain, 2 Warning, Dark Bribe, 7 Tools, and Solemn. I chose to run Dark Bribe over a Starlight Rogue because I figured it would be able to stop the stuff that Rogue would stop, in addition to being able to hit other things like a Lance and a damage step that I don't want to use a Solemn Judgment on, or even my opponent's own Starlight Rogue. I just figured that Dark Bribe was a very versatile trap card, despite my opponent getting an extra draw, but a well-played Dark Bribe will win you a game. And 7 Tools I just ran as a means of stopping the 12 plus trap cards that are seen play in so many other decks. Warning, Judgment, Prison, Bottomless, Chain. 7 Tools can hit those things, which is 1,000 life points, and once again, it saves my Solemn Judgment from when I really absolutely must play the card. As for the extra deck, 1 Catastor, 1 Librarian, 2 Stardust, 1 Blackwing Dragon. I chose this over a 4th Xyz monster or even Red Dragon Archfiend, which I know will make some people sad because I like that card, but I figured Blackwing Dragon would be a really huge boon in the event that I came across a Chain Burn deck, and I did. I came across Chain Burn in round 4, and Blackwing Dragon single-handedly turned that thing from a really awful matchup to a near auto win. I had to play around a Lava Golem in game 2, but yeah, Blackwing Dragon, he put in work. And I definitely do not regret putting him in here. I think the thing I liked most about this deck was every card was used at some point. Everything in the main, everything in the side, everything in the extra. As for the other level 8s, we got Colossal Fighter, Scrap Dragon, and Thought Ruler. And then for the Dragunity engine, 3 Vajrayana, 1 Gidurg, Xyz, 1 Atum, 1 Bouncer, 1 Gaia Dragon. And then for the side, 2 Decree, 2 Gozen, 2 Shadow Mirror, 2 Imperial Iron Wall, 2 Max Heat, 2 Soul Taker, 2 Twister, and 1 MST. Fairly straightforward side deck. Gozen Match, very, very useful card. This is a deck that can take advantage of it. Most of your monsters are wind. Stardust Dragon, and these guys, they're wind too. Some of some Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. So if you can like set up your field with Stardust plus back row and a Thunder Charger, and then flip the Gozen Match, you can like turn the game around on some decks like Monarchs, Windups, and Rabbit, which were all played at this event. If there are any changes I would make to this in the near future, I kind of want to fit in the 3rd MST, and I want to drop the Max Heat because I found that this card to be a little underwhelming in Dragunities. It's a really great card, don't get me wrong, but in Dragunity, what are you going to draw into that the opponent is afraid of? Gores? You play Dragon Ravine, you never run Gores in this deck. Tragodia? I don't think I've seen a Tragodia in Dragunities in ever. Veiler? Maybe, but even then, if you draw into a Veiler after them doing a her to her, it kind of already lost it anyway. So I think this could go for something like a pair of Thunder King Ryo, Nobleman of Crossout, or System Down, now that Gear are becoming a really popular deck. So otherwise though, the deck ran very well. There was only really one match where it performed awful, and that was against Macro Rabbit, and it just did not want to give me any good draws or any of my side decked cards. I sided in 7 cards on that deck, and I did not see a single one for at least 10 turns. I was rather upset. But on the flip side, against my even worse matchup, Dimensional Eatos, which was round 6, I got the Imperial Iron Wall in game 2, and it single-handedly turned that game around because I was just about to lose. I was really close to scooping it up and moving to game 3, and then I drew this, flipped it up, and my ravine became instantly playable. And yeah, everything just got used at some point. Shadow Mirror, of course, because Dark Worlds are everywhere. I knew I was going to face Dark World at some point. Fortunately, I didn't really get to utilize it much because I had myself in a top decking situation. I figured that I could render his drag downs dead if I set my entire hand and just see what I drew, set it, or played or ravine it off accordingly. And it really helped because game 2 his drag downs were dead, and game 3 his drag downs were also dead. As for what I actually faced at the event, let's see here. I faced the Bubblebeat round 1, Macro Rabbit round 2, Fabled Turbo round 3, Chamber 4, Destiny Hero Agents round 5, Dimensional Eatos round 6, top 8 was Frognarchs, top 4 was Wind Up, final was Dark World. I should mention about the Wind Up matchup. This one is a bit iffy because both of us at that point we were considering dropping, but we decided to play at least one game, and I kind of opened the nuts on him, and he opened terrible. He couldn't get around my Atom Red MD Stardust field with back row, and he gave me the win after the first game because he wanted to go and trade before the start closed. So it's a pretty crummy way to win, and honestly I would have liked to have played that out, but stuff happens. So that's why this first place win, while I am happy that I got it, I can understand why people think it's a little suspect. So yeah, first place, top 4, take it as you will, but I guess I'll go with the official result. I think that's really all that needs to be explained. I mean, you guys know how a Dragunity Turbo deck runs at this point. I mentioned it in my Howling Dragunity segment a couple weeks back. I'll link to that. If anything, the only major change that will be coming from this is that I'll be altering the deck's name from Howling Dragunity to Trails in the Sky. And if you get that reference, you get so many bonus points. As for what's next here on the corner, well, now that the regionals are said and done with, I can finally start working towards some other deck projects. Monarchs, Lightsworn, Atlantean Mermails, Disaster Dragon. There are some things I'm going to be working on in the next while. And we still got a booster set coming up in about a month and a half. And Legendary Collection 3 is not that far off too. So there will be things to watch out for in the future. But immediately, well, you see, after this tournament wrapped up, me and my friends, we went to the Robins again, and they had some games of Kaijudo and Magic the Gathering that I managed to get on camera. And I think you guys will be really entertained by how those turn out. So, until then, thank you guys for watching. Until the next time,